This is video number 2. Sorry, you might have cut off. That was you on the phone. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to take off the IBT cleaning unit, which is this piece here. Now, before you do that, I'm going to suggest you put a piece of paper, especially if you have carpet, underneath it here. As soon as I take this off, waste toner is going to fall out of it, so kind of keep from making a mess. The bigger the sheet of paper, the better. There's going to be a couple screws on here. There's one here. There's one here. Go ahead and take both of these screws out, and then it'll go ahead and lift off. All right, taking both of my screws out, and I'm just going to lift this piece here up. You see how it spilled a little toner there. Go ahead and flip it over. Okay. Now what we're going to do is we're going to come over here with our 5.5 again. And there's a small fitting right here. What I want you to do is go ahead and turn it clockwise. By doing that, you're going to loosen up this belt, this IBT belt. I want you to be very careful with this belt because this is the image transfer belt. The image goes onto this belt before it goes onto the paper, so any sort of a blemish that this belt has on it, it's going to show up on your paper. Go ahead and lift this off. I'm going to need 2 hands. So you're going to go ahead and lift this off and then place it in a safe area. You're going to have to do something so it doesn't roll off. It's going to want to roll around. So, all right, I'll go ahead and I've taken out this IBT belt. There's a couple things I want you guys to do. And one of them is going to be find this small little sensor right here. It's got a Teflon sensor on it. Go ahead and make sure it's clean. Wipe it off with your hand or something like that. And that's the first thing I want you to do. And then we'll go back over here to our IBT assembly. And we're going to take off a couple things. First thing we're going to take off is this sensor here. And the second thing we're going to do is we're going to clean the sensor that's right here. Okay? This sensor here actually makes sure that the IBT belt stays within the limits here, and that's the NVM value that I actually had you reset. You're going to had to reset it back to 0 because it gets skewed a little bit. We're going to take this off and we're going to clean it, and then we're also going to shoot some compressed air into this small sensor here. It kind of looks like a little spider eye. That's the sensor that will pick up that little square that I had you clean off the belt. That's the belt positioning home sensor. So I'm going to go ahead and take this out back and spray it out. Okay, I've gone ahead and with some compressed air, I've blown this whole thing out, which I would suggest that you do. And while you have the machine open, any toner that you see laying around, use a wet towel or a damp towel and wipe it up. That way it doesn't get in to your machine anywhere and contaminate it. Now I'm going to go ahead and take this off. By doing that, I'm going to go ahead and flip this over and take out the small screw that holds this in place. Okay, now I've got this flipped over here. Now the screw I'm going to take out is this one right here. I'm just going to kind of pull on it just a little bit here. All right, there we go. This is the piece here. You just want to blow this piece here out, this actuator here, make sure it's working correctly. Just blow some compressed air down inside of here. And then through these holes here on the side. All right, now that we have got this somewhat back together, you're going to have to go ahead and slip this belt back onto the unit. It takes a little bit of a hand, but once you get it on, you should be fine. You might need somebody to help you. Anyway, once you get this on, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and release this here so the tension goes back on it. I want you to note something, though, and that is how far the belt is here. If we put it back in the machine like that, it's going to give us a fault code. But in the meantime, we're going to go ahead and release this tension. Be nice and easy with it. Okay. And now, if you'll notice, our little sensor here is a little bit below here. So we're going to need to actually raise this up. It's a little bit easier once it's down to take a little bit of tension off and then simply pull up this side over here, release the tension, and then pull up the other side over here. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Okay, now as you're placing this IBT belt, what you want is you want the same distance on the top as on the bottom. It can't be too far down or too far up. It has to be right in the middle. Not exactly, but pretty much in the middle. Put it as close to the middle as you possibly can. Now that we've installed the IBT belt back, we're going to go ahead and put, as you can see, I didn't clean mine. We're going to go ahead and put this piece here back on the unit. It's just going to fit kind of snug and it'll just kind of snap down in there. I'm going to go ahead and put my two screws back in here.